System 1 loaded.
The 16th minute. The 16th minute of PZW.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of the PZW podcast known as the 16th minute, where it will be longer than 1 minute. My name is Atlee Greene, and my co-host is none other than the lovely Shane Daly.
I am lovely, aren't I,
You are
Atlee
a
Greene?
lovely individual. And I need to address something. For the last 2 episodes, I keep butchering the name of the website, and I've been yelled at extremely both times. I apologize. The website for all things Project Zero Wrestling, head over to pzwwrestling.com or pzwrestling.com. See, I had to write it down. pzwrestling.com. pzwrestling.com.
Keep saying it.
pzwrestling.com.
Visit the website.
If you listen to the last 2 shows, I said pzwwrestling.com, and you went there, I'm sorry for what you may have found.
What might we have found?
So, what do you think of the show tonight?
Well, first off, did you see that awful suit that Tony Spencer was wearing?
I mean, the suit was pretty hideous, but it wasn't as bad as Adam Nestle's suit.
You know, you keep going back to that.
You have to. He keeps wearing it.
It's a brilliant suit.
What's so brilliant about it?
It was made by the greatest tailors in America.
Okay, I'm waiting. Like Z Cavaricci? Who?
Who?
Who made the suit?
Someone better than any designer that you could even think of.
And who is this designer that I can't think of?
Daly. I think the name is Daly.
Dotty ass suit, that's for sure. Anyway, what do you think about the action we saw tonight?
Oh, the action that we saw tonight.
Well,
Stevie James getting demolished.
More of a mugging than anything else.
You know, you said the same thing last week.
No. I said mauling last week. I said mugging this week. There's a difference.
You need a wider vocabulary of verbs.
Hey, you need a thesaurus. Because you keep saying the same shit all the time, and no one wants to hear that.
Anyway, further on the agenda, did you see that spear that John Wilson broke Stevie and James in half with?
Who?
Stevie James
Steve,
in half.
Stevie and James?
In half.
Really?
Are you kidding? You don't know his middle name?
You've worked extensively with
You
Stevie
don't know
James,
his
and
middle
you call
name.
him Stevie and James?
You don't know his middle name.
What's his middle name?
It begins with an N.
Stevie and James? Okay. All right.
Look it up.
I'll look it up. I will.
Somewhere
No, but
like
about that, seriously, though,
Unslammable.
about that spear, I thought he put Stevie James, I thought John Wilson put Stevie James through the mat. That was a vicious spear, without a question. I mean, listen, from the moment, 3 months into training John Wilson, I knew for a fact that this guy was going to be a gun for hire. I knew for a fact that he is not concerned with accolades. He's not concerned with championships. He's not concerned with getting his name in the record books. He just wants to make as much money as he can by hurting people. And that was his goal. His goal wasn't to win. His goal was to hurt Stevie James.
Speaking of hurt people, where do you think Derek Simonetti was while Stevie was being hurt?
That is a very good question. You don't have many good questions, but this is a good question because Stevie James was there for Derek Simonetti when Derek needed him, but Derek was not there for Stevie when Stevie needed him.
Stevie was there. Stevie threw the towel in for that coward that is nowhere near the man that Mr. Adam Nestle is.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, the last time when Derek was there for him, Derek may have saved Stevie's career. And things could have got a lot worse for Stevie James with that beatdown. I mean, this one thing. I mean, where was Derek? I mean, and why was there no disqualification for John Wilson when everybody and their mother started interfering?
I didn't see anything.
You didn't see anything.
Nope. We just watched the episode together.
You didn't see when Malcolm Xavier clotheslined Stevie James outside the ring?
You're the only black guy I've seen today.
Well, you know what? Despite that, that clothesline made me wish that Derek Simonetti broke both of Malcolm Xavier's hands.
You keep saying that.
That's right.
Is it professional jealousy?
It's no jealousy at all. It's just a fact. It's my opinion.
That's a fact, huh?
It's a fact. I wish he broke. Like, if I had 3 wishes, lottery, big-ass house, and that Derek Simonetti broke both his hands.
You want to know another fact?
Put it on me.
Mr. Adam Nessel
Oh, you did
slammed
not.
you.
You know what? You keep saying the same shit for God knows how long. You called him Mister? You really called him Mister?
Mister.
Mister, really? I mean, why? Why? Like, you were such a nice guy before Adam, ran things, and now you're just a suck-up.
I don't know what you're referring to.
I mean, I used to return your calls before this, but now I just ignore you. Or when you call my wife, I just tell her to tell you that I'm sleeping. And I'm really not. That's exactly why. I mean, Mr. Adam Nessel. Let me tell you something about Adam Nessel. I love the fact, the only thing I respect that Adam Nessel has done is the fact that PZW wrestling is still on the air. That's the only good thing he has done since he's been in charge of PZW. The production values...
Hold on! Atlee, I just thought of another fact.
Really?
Last week, I seem to recall you going on and on and on and on about how Tommy Corbin beat Adam Nessel so many times, and Adam Nessel never pinned him. Adam Nessel never made him submit. However, I was going through the PZW record books, and Adam Nessel does indeed hold a win over the heavyweight champion, Tommy Corbin.
Oh, let me guess, you found this on Wikipedia, right? Or WikiLeaks or something like that?
Wikipedia is a very, very...
Let me see that piece of paper in your hand. Let me see it. Oh, my God. I never thought I'd see the day when Shane Daly was correct.
What does the paper say? What does the paper say, Atlee?
It says right here, clear as day, crystal clear, black and white, Adam Nessel has defeated Tommy Corbin.
And you know what that defeat led to?
Yes, I do. It's
that win for
me.
Mr. Adam Nessel led to Mr. Adam Nessel becoming the what? The what?
The champ.
The what?
The champ.
Excuse me?
The heavyweight champion.
Proper title for Mr. Adam Nessel.
PZW heavyweight champion.
That's right.
Well, you know what? I apologize for being wrong. It's not often that the Bodyslam Champion of the world is wrong, but I am. I'm sorry, but the way I look at it, it's kind of like if they fight 100 times, Tommy Corbin wins 99 times out of 100. That was Adam's one time.
I guess that means, just like Adam Nessel, when it comes to your credibility, it's just like you. Slammable.
Oh, you went there. Now I'm about to slam somebody in a minute. Why are you ignoring me, Shane Daly? Why are you ignoring me?
Because it's time to move on to that part of the card that's filled with people that are used to being ignored.
Well, before you go to that, what about KM Cash? What about what he had to bring to the table this week? What
Those
about his
awesome
thoughts?
graphics.
What about the awesome graphics? I want to know what you thought about what he said. As John Wilson and Lurch are standing behind him. Malcolm Xavier. The fact of the matter is, Adam Nessel, that is one smart thing he has done. When you working with the guy that signs the checks, you let him do what he wants. Period. But you don't care about that. I'm gonna tell him you don't care.
Do you know what Adam Nessel wanted to do?
What did Adam Nessel want to do?
Adam Nessel wanted to give...
How many?
I was about to say 3.
3.
But 4
Oh.
very talented, hard-working wrestlers.
Episode number 2 of Undercard Warriors. Yes.
Adam Nessel, the benevolent and grand
Benevolent.
Mr. Adam Nessel, went on to Undercard Warriors, and he decided to make a number 1 contenders battle royal.
I gotta say, even when granting a nice gesture to 4 individuals who would never get a title shot, he still sounded like a pompous asshole. Hey, wait. Why? I just thought about this. Tony Spencer.
What about Tony Spencer?
Wasn't he the number one contender?
First of all, I am going to disregard what you're saying, seeing as how you've already been proven incorrect about many other facts regarding the great Mr. Adam Nessel.
Okay, so I mean, and also another thing I want to know is why would anybody stand next to a man named Biohazard? You saw what was going on. I mean, he used sign language to say that he called Adam Nessel. Let me ask you a question. How does a man who does not speak leave a voicemail?
From the very few run-ins I've had with Biohazard, I can just assume that a mute man has nothing to say in the presence of such an awesome, inspiring man like Mr. Adam Nessel.
All right, fair enough. But what about before we go back to let's leave Undercard Warriors for a moment and let's go back to
No. Atlee, you cannot keep ignoring these great talents like everyone else has.
I don't want to ignore them, but we overlooked one pivotal moment of the show, and that was Tough Talk with Tony Spencer and Tommy Corbin. Tony Spencer had some very discouraging remarks that say to Tommy Corbin about how he's the big fish, how he's back in the small pond and he's going to wreck shop and Tommy's a scrub and this, that, and the other. Like, what are your thoughts on that? You don't believe him, do you? You believe him. You believe what Tony Spencer said. You believe that the PZW heavyweight champion is a scrub, a wannabe, a flash in the pan. You believe that, don't you?
Until Mr. Adam Nessel says it, I will not say it myself.
Well, let me give you what I feel is going down. Tony Spencer has been around PCW for a while, and yes, he did go on to do other things and other promotions and achieve success, but I think it eats away at him. It absolutely digs at him that he was never the PZW heavyweight champion. And Tommy Corbin, the person he despised. Tommy Corbin, in some way, debatable or not, is the epitome of everything that Tony Spencer despises about this business. And that epitome is holding the one thing he has never been able to win, and that's the title belt. It's just jealousy. It's professional jealousy, and until he can take the belt away from Tommy Corbin, he needs to shut his fucking mouth.
Bringing out the curse words.
He needs to stop being tough talk and just stop being tough and get that belt if he wants to prove himself.
To be honest, I just can't even defend a man who dresses like that.
All right. Well,
that's why there hasn't been much of a debate here.
I'm talking championship implications. You're talking about fashion. Let's parlay back to Undercard Warriors.
Finally, where the attention belongs. Four very, very tough competitors got a chance to become the number one contender for that scrub. I mean, I didn't say it because Mr. Adam Nessel didn't say it. Heavyweight championship.
Honestly.
And those four men were the extremely talented referee, Mr. Fair, a good friend of yours from long ago, I believe.
Mr. Fair was my pick to win this. I mean, I'm not going to pull any punches. I taught that dude how to cheat better than anyone, and this was his match to win. I expected everything. I expected, dynamite. I expected powder. I expected brass knuckles, you name it. I thought Mr. Fair was going to win, and it was not to be.
Then, of course, there was Union Jack. Of course, I did not forget anyone's name because these are all talented, hard-working, top-of-the-class wrestlers.
Because you forgot Union Jack's name, that's one of the reasons why I'm glad Undercard Warriors is on the air, because people that appreciate wrestling, unlike you, will not forget the names of Mr. Fair, will not forget the names of Biohazard, of Union Jack, of Joey Warner. That's why I'm
Joey Warner.
You just illustrated the reason why this show is on the air. Thank you, Shane Daly.
Undercard Warriors. Joey Warner's show.
Dude, I think Brandon White deserves the Pulitzer Prize for that top-notch journalism when he was like, how does it feel? How does it feel to lose too? I mean, Joey Warner, this is his show, and he's 0-2. I mean, I don't think Mean Gene Okerlund and Gordon Soley would have come out like that. I mean, they would have been like, "Oh yes, you almost had him," but Brandon White just called him a loser.
Talking about how he went out looking for dogs to run over and he hit a bus.
I ain't even going to talk crap about Brandon White.
I used to be terrified of Richard Pacifico. I am officially terrified of Brandon White. And he takes it to a whole new level. He went out looking to hit dogs and hit a bus, and it sounds like the bus lost.
I was never scared of anything until I met Brandon White. For real. I am not going to say, I ain't saying I ain't saying one bad word about Brandon White. Brandon White is okay with me.
You heard it. Atlee Greene, never scared of anything till he met Brandon White.
Yes. Okay, Joey Warner is a loser on his own show. It's not looking too good for him right now, but Biohazard is the #1 contender. I can't, Biohazard has been working his way through the ranks of PZW.
I don't think his win counts.
Excuse me?
I don't think his win counts.
You saw his hand being raised. You saw the bell being rang. You heard the ring announcer say, "Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and #1 contender." What?
His feet were under the ropes.
Explain the rules of a battle royal for me. How does one win?
You don't pin the guy.
How do you get eliminated in a battle royal? When
you're
thrown over the top rope and when both feet hit the floor. Yes, both men went over the top rope. Joey Warner and Biohazard went over the top rope. But whose feet hit the ground and whose feet did not? Did not hit the ground.
His feet were
time's up.
His feet were under the ropes.
That's why he won.
That is all the time we have tonight on the 16th minute.
Well, before we end the 16th minute, I'm calling for the upset. Biohazard, when he gets a shot, he's going all the way with it. He's going all the way with it. He's been working his way through the ranks. I think it's his time. He wants his vocal cords back, and that belt will just be the thing to get that surgery, that procedure he needs. New champ Biohazard. But yes, Shane Daly, you were right. Stop touching me. We are out of time. Join us next time for another edition of the 16th Minute. And please, whatever you do, do not miss out. And please go to pzwrestling.com. Again, pzwrestling.com for all things Project Zero Wrestling and nothing about Shane Daly.
Atlee, let me do the whole sign off here. Ready? This is gonna be great.
See you next week, folks.
On behalf of Mr. Adam Nessel and Project Zero Wrestling, this is Shane Daly and the man who's scared of getting slammed by Mr. Adam Nessel again, Atlee Greene. This has been the 16th Minute.